There's the porch rail I built yesterday. Ain't she a beauty? Made all of that out of some leftover lumber I had. I think I need to paint this here. Maybe I'll do that today too. I am painting something. I built a seat back for the boat yesterday. My camera, I didn't have my camera working because I had made a video and then I took it in the house to load the video, which is what I do, and recharge the batteries. And then while all that was happening, I came out here, and all I'm going to do is, this boat has very little interior. It has nothing that mice can get invested in, except maybe for life jackets. It's just got a mahogany bench. That's the original mahogany bench that came when this boat was made in '63. These pieces are mahogany. They're original to the boat. I've got a second bench that'll fit here. I couldn't afford the mahogany for it when I built it, so I used some poplar and reinforced it, and I'm not totally happy with it, but it's functional. And I've got a piece of oak for here. This piece of oak sits right in this little thing right here. But I ride this with this bench and usually a piece of carpet and a couple towels down. Now I was thinking it'd be nice to have a back, just something to lean back on. So I made one yesterday out of some plywood I had. When Larry moved, he left me some plywood and I made a back. And the way I'm making this, I don't want to drill any holes in the boat, and I don't want to drill any holes in the mahogany. So the way I made it is that this piece here that looks kind of like a tombstone will sit. That'll be my backrest. And then this little piece here, this little piece, this will be my backrest, and this little piece will sit over here to the side, and it'll go underneath that bench, and that bench will hold it. Basically, this will just be wedged under there, and then I'll put one screw here, maybe one screw here. But I want to paint this, and I'd like to paint it a light blue. Well, I got to looking for paint. I've got some water-based paint that I haven't used a lot of, and I'd kind of like to use it because it's a lot easier to clean up. So I've got this white paint, and I only had a little bit of a can, but a little bit of a can is better than nothing. And I've got another little can of blue, and I'm thinking, well, between those two, I could mix up some blue paint. Where'd I put my gloves? I had them on a while ago. I had them out. I started wearing these little plastic gloves. I guess these are latex. And oh, they're very helpful. I buy a bunch, like a box of 100 of them at a time. I think I might have got these at the Home Depot. I'm not even sure what we use this paint for, but at some point in the past, probably Honey Baby She Shed, we probably painted it with some of this paint, which I'm not happy with. I'm going to wind up repainting that She Shed. But, oh yeah, see, there's a little here. It would probably make sense to just mix what I have from one into the other. Not that much. In fact, I think what I'll do is put a little water, because that's a little dried up too. This paint here was thick and jelly-like. Jelly-ish, a little jelly-ish. Everything's better when you sit down, ain't it? Okay, knees. Oh, got a little trouble with my knees these days. By putting the water in this paint here, it makes it wet enough so I can pour it in there and mix it with that. Otherwise, it would be so syrupy that I wouldn't hardly be able to get it out of the can. what I'm hoping to do is come up with a kind of a nice little light blue color. Get back up again. I mentioned the other day probably that one of my knees went out. Ow, I'm having a hard time getting around with it. Oh well. A lot of people complain about getting old. I try not to do that because I think getting old is a blessing. It's a huge blessing because people that don't get old die. Hey, I'm still enjoying my life enough that I don't want to die. At least not anytime soon, because I got lots of projects I'm working on, and if I die, who's going to finish them up? Well, I won't be here to do it. Nobody will. So, yeah, it might be painful, but I'd rather live with the pain than give up and die. So that's my plan. I'm going to live as long as the good Lord will let me. So that's a pretty pleasant blue color. I like that. So let's throw this away. I might want to put a piece of cardboard on that table to catch all the paint that I'm about to spill, because I'm a really sloppy painter. Let me go see what I can find. I'd probably do better to put this camera up here. Let you look down at what I'm doing. You see this table here? That's better. That's workable. Hey, this paint kind of matches my gloves, too. That's nice. All right. So, maybe I'll just paint one side at a time. Now, I like this color. I call this baby blue. My dad had a pickup truck painted this color back when I was a little bitty fella. Maybe it was a 55, 56 Ford pickup. I don't know. I might not be remembering that right, but it seems like he did. But anyway, I always did like this baby blue color. And I thinned this out, but it made it a lot easier to put on. Sometimes when paint is too thick, it's kind of hard to paint with, you know, kind of sloppy and slushy and everything. This ain't bad. I'll live with this here. Oh, the joy. One of the things I like about latex paint is water-based. I can just take this over and rinse it out with a water hose and then come back later and paint some more with it. I don't have to get out the mineral spirits and stuff like that. I think what I might do with this too, and I might have just about enough paint to do it, is if you were watching, you would have seen me build a new porch rail on the front porch yesterday, and I also put a new step on the front porch recently, and that front step section is looking kind of rough right now. It's got some boards that ain't been painted and some that the paint's kind of wore off, and this is not a bad color here. I think what I'll do once I finish this and I'm completely done with it is I might take whatever's left over in that little bucket there and just go and see if I can paint that little front porch step there. So I was just thinking it'd look a lot nicer. Look a lot nicer if it was painted. We got new neighbors moving in. I hadn't even met them yet, but I'd like to make a good impression on them when they do show up, you know. Not having my house looking all neglected and run down. So I'm gonna go back in and check my computer. I got my computer in there trying to save some files from in the computer to an external disk, and it's a time-consuming process. I put up dance videos for Honey Babe, and I've been putting them in my computer to save them, but I need to take them out of my computer and put them on an external file. I also take videos at church in case anybody wants them, and same with them, they're using up space. And I'm just thinking, well, I'll get these out of here, but it takes a long time to just move files. So I bought a new little gizmo to move the file from one to the other, but that's taking some time. So I might have to just go in there and look at it and see that it's working, and then go do something else. There's lots to do around here. I'm pretty sure I can find something else to do. Anyway, thank you for watching for this little part here, and I think that'll look good in the boat. So yeah, I'll come back to that after a while and see if it's dry, and if it is, I'll flip it over, do the other side, and then sooner or later we'll have it done enough to put it in the boat. I just thought I'd put up a quick little video of the porch rail. After I got through, well, while I was painting that boat seat, I actually did it. I just went and painted that little bit right there, and I think it looks good. I kind of looked at it from out here toward the road, and I thought, you know, I think it wouldn't look bad to paint this other step blue like that too, the one that's over here. I probably don't have enough paint to do it, because I mixed that paint up out of some leftover paint I had from another project, but I could probably find some more and mix up, you know, a batch that would look close enough to that. When I first started doing that, I thought it looked really weird, but now that it's on there and I can see it, especially when I kind of look back from the road, it kind of just lights up a couple of spots, sort of the entryway of the house. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like it good. So, yeah. Oh, look. Somebody brought me something fragile. Oh, there's something fragile in this box. Oh, I wonder what that is. I'm gonna have to do some checking on that. I'll get back to you and let you know.